The vote is in, and the articles of impeachment move forward in our nation's capital. An Oildale power outage is the result of a driver crashing into a power line. And there are a few days left to donate to our 17 Days of Christmas Toy Drive. This is 17 News at noon. Good evening and good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Vanessa Dillon. Well, history has been made in the House Judiciary Committee. This morning, the committee voted to send 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump to the full House for a vote. Now, the committee vote was expected late last night, but was delayed until this morning. And Republicans say because Democrats wanted more media exposure. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has the latest from Washington.
Mr. Neguse?
Aye.
Mr. Neguse votes aye. Ms. McBath?
Aye.
The House Judiciary Committee taking its historic vote to pass articles of impeachment against President Trump 1 day later than expected. The articles charging the president with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
And there are 23 ayes and 17 noes.
The article is agreed to.
The president blasting Democrats.
And I tell you what, someday there'll be a Democrat president and there'll be a Republican House. And I suspect they're going to remember it.
The critical vote was delayed late last night after many Americans had gone to bed. Democrats blaming Republicans for dragging out the meeting for 14 hours. Republicans accusing Democrats of ambushing them, delaying the final vote to get more media attention.
I have never in my entire life seen such an unfair, rigged railroad job against the President of the United States.
Democrats say they have presented overwhelming evidence the president pressured Ukraine to investigate political rival Joe Biden while delaying military aid and obstructing the congressional investigation.
There's a pattern that the president has shown us over and over and over again, that he's willing to do anything, cheat, give away America in exchange for winning election.
The months-long investigation expected to end next week in a climactic vote on the House floor, with lawmakers deciding whether President Trump becomes the 3rd president in history to be impeached. Then in January, the Senate will hold an impeachment trial. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is now saying there is no chance the Senate will vote to remove the president from office. Jennifer Johnson, NBC News, Washington.
District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer has announced a significant conviction in a child molestation case involving multiple child victims today. Armando Villanueva was convicted of 8 felony counts of lewd and lascivious acts with a child under 14 years old, plus 2 felony counts of oral copulation with a child under the age of 14 years old. The victims were 8 children that attended a home daycare operated by the defendant and his wife, and the children, whose ages range from 3 to 12 years old, were molested between 2006 and 2016 at the home daycare premises. Sentencing is set for January 9th of next year. The defendant faces a potential life sentence and mandatory sex offender registration. A truck drove into a power pole overnight in Oildale, and many homes are still feeling the effect hours later. It happened just after midnight. CHP and PG&E responded to the scene, and the truck drove into a power pole and then a tree on Bristol Avenue. The power pole was left hanging and supported only by wires.
Unfortunately, when he struck the power pole, he damaged the pole to the point where they had to cut power to the area. The roadway, PG&E's on scene right now. The roadway for about a block of Day Avenue will be closed most of Friday, most of today through this afternoon, Friday evening, for the repairs to that power pole.
No one was hurt in the crash. CHP says it does not look like drugs or alcohol were involved in the accident. 1,000 homes were initially affected by the outage. The number is down to 381 now. And according to PG&E's outage map website, estimated restoration time is around 4 this afternoon. Well, here at home, it's been a violent few days in Bakersfield. Early yesterday, sheriff's deputies swarmed a Motel 6 after 3 people were shot. The shooting happened around 7 a.m. at the Motel 6 on East Brundage Lane. KCSO says they found a victim at the motel and took him to the hospital, but later they discovered 2 other men were also wounded and drove themselves to the hospital. 1 man died, and KCSO says it's not clear if the shooting happened inside a motel room or somewhere else on the property. KCSO has not reported any arrests in this case. We'll update you when we find more on the shooting. If you have any information, call KCSO at 861-3110 or remain anonymous by calling the secret witness line at 322-4040. Well, tomorrow, the family of a man killed in a motorcycle accident will hold a fundraiser car wash in Lamont. Family and friends gather to remember the 25-year-old Jose Garcia yesterday. Garcia died following a collision with a mail truck on Main Avenue. Bakersfield police say Garcia smashed into the back of the mail truck. The impact powerful enough to overturn the truck. He was killed by the truck driver, and the truck driver was not injured. BPD says the rider's speed could have been an issue, but it's unclear if drugs or alcohol were also playing a role in this case. You'll be able to find the car wash fundraiser on Main Street and Alicante Avenue right across from the McDonald's. In the season of giving, Bank of America gave Mercy Southwest Hospital a very generous gift this morning. At $250,000, this is considered the largest local grant awarded by the Bank of America in the region. The donation will benefit the tower expansion of the hospital. The senior vice president of the bank says they were moved to that by that donation after witnessing the generosity of Kern County.
We are already underserved when it comes to health care, and it's important that we take advantage of this time for the community to gather together, support Mercy in what they need to do in order to further serve our community. It's important.
Administrator and staff at Mercy Southwest understandably stunned by Bank of America's donation of $250,000. All right, now let's take a quick look at our weather forecast with Kev, who's standing by.
Well, it was a nice morning out there for holiday lights at calm. It's going to be a great night if you want to head out there and enjoy the lights. You can see clear skies right now. We've got temperatures in the 60s, 64 degrees in Bakersfield at this time, a west-northwest wind at 6, and visibility is good. As we take a look at the temperatures this afternoon, we're going to be rising into the 60s and then back into the 50s throughout the afternoon, so nice and comfortable for everybody. We're at 57 currently in Tehachapi, a northwest wind at 16, so that breeze will be around for you. And as we take a look at the temperatures throughout the day, we are expecting them to rise in the upper 50s, but then chilly tonight with those 40s. We're also looking at a chance of rain coming in for the weekend. I've got more details on that in just a few minutes.
Well, you may know the story by now. Strata Credit Union is granting 70 wishes to celebrate its 70th birth anniversary. Now it's down to the final wish, and for that wish, as Tabitha Mills shares, the credit decided to join in on KGET's annual Christmas tree giveaway.
Santa's sleigh looks a little different this year. His elves a little taller, but the joy is all the same. For its final wish, Strata Credit Union joined with KGET Channel 17 to make the holidays a little more merry and bright for 3 families in our community.
Look at the door. Oh my God. Yeah! Oh my God. Oh my God. Got presents.
The first, the Woods family. Lenice Woods and her 4 boys were homeless. The Bakersfield Homeless Center helped find the family housing, and Strata Credit Union made sure to make their new house feel like a home this Christmas.
They told me that a family adopted us, and then that they would just give us gifts, but I wasn't expecting like the trees and the decorations and all these gifts. I was expecting all these gifts. This is a big blessing.
What a wonderful thing to experience and to see and know that we have brought happiness to a family that was experiencing a little trouble. And we helped make things a little lighter this holiday season.
Excited. My kids are like beyond excited. You see them clapping? My kids are beyond excited. Like, it's a big blessing. We got our house.
I think that's made Christmas for all of us.
Hi. Yeah, you got presents? That tree? Yay!
Really exciting. Like, I'm happy that we got presents and we got a house, and I'm grateful that they help us. And I want to say thank you for helping us and all the people that you helped.
Tabitha Mills, 17 News.
Two more families in our community will receive a little Christmas cheer from Strata Credit Union, and we'll make sure to share that cheer with you on 17 News. Well, it's a season of giving, and our 17 Days of Christmas Toy Drive is underway. If you're thinking of donating a toy, you better act fast because there are just 4 days left to donate. We'll be collecting toys and gifts until December 17th, and this is a look at all the gifts donated this year. The toys will benefit children and teens through the Bakersfield Homeless Center and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Kern County. You can drop off new unwrapped gifts at our studios here at 2120 L Street and the Homeless Center on East Truxton, or at the Boys and Girls Club on Niles Street. Well, are you planning on sending some holiday presents? You may want to act sooner rather than later. Your holiday shipping deadlines are on the way. Plus, we take a look at the holiday gesture honoring local heroes this morning, and a certain type of cancer treatment is becoming more convenient. More on that in your 17 Health Watch after the break. Welcome back. In your 17 Health Watch, a new study suggests chemotherapy in pill form may benefit women with advanced stage breast cancer. Researchers in Honduras tracked about 400 breast cancer patients. They found women who received a chemo pill lived almost a year longer and had less nerve damage than those who received traditional IV chemotherapy. Experts say the chemo pill is also more convenient because patients can take it at home, and the formulation may also be studied in other cancers. All women diagnosed with breast cancer should be evaluated to determine if they need genetic testing. That's according to new recommendations from the American College of Medical Genetics and Genomics. Experts say there's not enough evidence to support BRCA gene testing for all breast cancer patients. Instead, testing should be based on age, family history, the type of breast cancer, and disease stage. Approximately 5 to 10% of breast cancers are linked to genetics. Well, a Florida woman has regained her eyesight thanks to free surgery. Annie Rodriguez has the story.
Ay, gracias a Dios. Primero Dios sea ya de bendición a Dios el doctor. Por eso yo estoy bien.
In Spanish, Eulalia Miguel says she's thankful for God, his blessing, and her surgeon, Dr. Matthew Weiss, ophthalmologist at Eye Associates of Boca Raton. He donated her cataract surgery in partnership with Caridad Center for patients like Eulalia who can't afford the procedure. It's part of their Gift of Sight program.
No sabe la leer, pero solo yo estoy mirando claro y también la número. Ahora sí, no así como antes.
She said she doesn't know the letters, but she can see them as well as the numbers on this screen, something that she says was impossible before her surgery.
Unable to even see room lights, whether they're on or off.
Eulalia Miguel walked into the outpatient surgery center of Boca legally blind, and after just a 10-minute surgery, she was able to walk out without needing help.
She gets her life back, which is really great to see. And it's one of the reasons that I'm glad to have Caridad. They do a lot of good for the community, and I'm glad to be able to be a part of that.
All right, well, it was a chilly morning, but nonetheless sunny skies out there, and now we have Kev in studio to give us a little look at what we're expecting for the weekend, right, Kev?
Yeah, kind of a calm before a storm. Not a big storm, but we are definitely looking at some weather heading in for tomorrow, but a beautiful shot looking off to the east. From downtown Bakersfield, show you some other cameras, and Wasco, you're clear, 64 and sunny. Arvin looking just as nice in the mid-60s, 59 out in Golden Hills, and Fraser Park, blue skies and 64 at this time. As we take a look at other temperatures, and we are looking at a great afternoon. 60s will be all around. We have a light wind out of the west-northwest at 6. Fog was not a problem this morning, so that was a good thing. Overnight, we were at 48, so still above where we should be this time of year. Normal high is 57, and again above that, 79, the record set back in 1998. Here's a look at temperatures all around. Valley areas in the 60s, and then 50s and 60s into the mountains, and 70 right now in Mojave. And I think you've beat your high that we were forecasting. And you can see the clear skies, but up to the north, we've got some clouds on the approach, and already seeing some rain into northern California, some snow falling into the Sierra, the northern Sierra right now. This is all going to make its way more south as we go throughout the day. There's been a ridge of high pressure kind of blocking this system, and you can see things are starting to change up near Yosemite as well. This is happening half dome that's kind of shrouded in the cloud cover right now. In terms of Sierra snowpack, we're looking good so far. 96% of normal in the north, 115% in the central and the southern Sierra, at 131% of normal. These numbers up from where we were at this time last year, so that's always a good thing to see. So high pressure breaks down, this next trough approaches, and this moisture swings south and east by early tomorrow morning, lingering through about Sunday morning, and we're looking at about 0.05 to 1/10 of an inch of rain for the valley and mountain areas. So that's kind of what we're looking at with this storm. It'll be out of here, it looks like, by Sunday afternoon. Air quality today going to be moderate with an AQI at 55, and today we're looking at sunny skies, a light wind, and 60s all around the valley. Overnight we'll be in the 40s, and then for the mountains we're looking at a breezy day, winds picking up out of the west, 25 to 30, and temperatures in the upper 50s and 60s, with 59 out of Tehachapi, 57 in Fraser Park, 63 out of Lake Isabella, and then for the desert, look for a westerly wind, 10 to 20, 65 in Mojave, and 66 in Ridgecrest, and the chance of showers right there Saturday, lingering into early Sunday, but sunny skies by Monday. Some clouds Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with lower 60s back in the forecast. And then for the mountains, also a little bit wet for your weekend. Snow level will drop to about 4,300 feet on Sunday, but I think most of the moisture will be out of here, so I don't see it to be a problem. Monday, sunny. Temperatures remain into the 40s into the early part of next week with some clouds. And then for the Kern River Valley, we'll be looking at a chance of rain tomorrow, lingering into Sunday, but then dry on Monday.
Well, overall, it's been beautiful. I mean, we saw that storm last week, and now we're kind of seeing just cooler conditions, right?
Yeah, and you know, it's going to be a great night to go out to Calm, and I know you will be making your way out to Dustin's Diner tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Your first time going out
there?
First time. You're going to love it.
Today's the day for first of everything.
I know. It's so festive out there. You're going to enjoy it. So.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kev.
Yep.
All right. Well, Lyft has made a name for itself by picking you up, but their newest service will have you behind the wheel after all. Details on Lyft's newest service is on the way. Plus, it's Baby Shark versus Baby Yoda. Who is the top of the season? Your 17 Business Watch is after the break.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Back now in your 17 Business Watch, checking stocks. The Dow is, we are actually looking into our next story right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Lyft is launching a car rental service. The ride-sharing company said Thursday that Lyft rentals allow customers to rent a car without having to go to the counter. Customers can access the service through the regular Lyft app, and the rental option includes unlimited miles. And Lyft said it'll handle refueling at market price. Lyft Rentals is only available in Los Angeles and the San Francisco Bay Area. No word yet on when or if it'll be rolling out nationally. While you're checking off your seasonal to-do list, be aware of those deadlines for getting your holiday cards and packages to their destinations before Christmas. In order to help Santa get those presents under the tree, there are some deadlines you need to know. Get your packages to the post office by tomorrow if you want the standard ground UPS delivery. Now, UPS ground will need your packages today, but FedEx gives you a little more time. Its deadline for the standard ground service is Monday, December 16th. Speaking of gifts, what do kids want for the holidays this year? Liz McLaughlin shows us the hottest toys this season, even some that can help your kids learn.
Online obsessions are driving the toys-topping holiday wish lists.
I've seen Baby Shark plush toys, and they come in all shapes and sizes, bath toys, and even toys like this Fingerlings Baby Shark.
Robots are all the rage.
What's the plan?
Including wearable pixie bells. Cubby the For Real Bear may be a child's and parents' new best friend.
It helps kids go to sleep where there's a sleep mode that starts to play lullabies and he yawns a lot.
LOL Surprise has been a top seller over the last few holidays, and the unboxing trend is evolving.
One of the hottest toys of the year is called Bloom.
When the water drops, kids unveil a doll by growing it out of a flower pot.
Let it go.
Licensed toys are also outpacing industry growth, with new Frozen and Star Wars movie releases driving additional sales. STEM toys remain popular with kids and parents, integrating science, tech, engineering, and math in toys like this hedgehog robot that kids can build and program.
We call this stealth learning. So kids are playing in their toys and they're actually getting to learn some scientific principles and they're not even realizing it.
Sneaky skill building to keep young brains busy over the winter break. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
Of course, Baby Yoda has taken the internet and the hearts of many Star Wars fans by storm. It's a character from the new Mandalorian series on Disney+, but those official toys won't come out until spring of 2020. The demand, though, is already here. An unofficial Baby Yoda toy on Etsy is selling for $300 and already has a 17-month wait list. All right, we'll be right back after the break. We're back with some exciting local news now. Dustin's Diner is back in town. The diner opens every year ahead of Christmas, offering hot cocoa, apple cider, and cookies to raise money for the homeless. Dustin and his father, David Kilpatrick, started the fundraiser back in 1993. Since then, it has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Bakersfield Homeless Center. The diner opens tonight and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. You can find the full hours and schedule on our website, kget.com. Well, this morning we saw a festive salute to honor the men and women who have served this country. Nearly 1,500 wreaths arrived at Bakersfield Nation Cemetery for this weekend's Wreath Across America earlier this week. And that was just the first round. The local chapter of the Civil Air Patrol has a goal to lay a wreath every headstone at the cemetery. And they were able to get enough wreaths thanks to your donations. You can come out to the event on Saturday at 9 a.m. For more information on this event, just go to our website, kget.com. Well, when we return here on 17 News at noon, your adorable pet of the week is in studio. Finally here at noon, Chuck Nordstrom in with our pet of the week from SPCA. You know, Chuck, we are all madly in love with this little girl. Who is it?
Well, this is Sushi.
Okay.
And she is an 8-week-old puppy, going to be a large breed dog.
Yes.
But sweet, loving. There's 8 in the litter. So there's 5 girls, 3 boys. Little different variation. Some have more dark on them. Some are more whiter. Some are a little fluffier. Some are a little bit more short coat. So there's 3 kennels full of them. So tomorrow morning at 9:30, hopefully 8 people come out and they can each adopt one of these.
I mean, I think that is, yeah, absolutely. People are going to come out and take Sushi. Now, how did Sushi come up? What was the inspiration behind that name? I'm in love with that too.
Well, you know, I was thinking Susie when I was kind of talking to her, and she's crawling over onto my lap as we were driving over, and then kind of Susie turned into Sushi Girl. And so I think Sushi just kind of stuck.
Oh, so she is adorable. And, you know, for people who want to adopt Sushi or her brothers or sisters, what are those last minute details?
You know, head out to the SPCA tomorrow morning at 9:30. Come out this afternoon and take a look if you want. And then spend some time with them tomorrow and do the paperwork, and that's it.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Chuck. Everyone, have a wonderful afternoon.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.